It's the rough the discus lariat.
The huge suplex.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new edition of Thoughts Count Anywhere. We are here at the WWDBTV studios here in Las Vegas. I never have to say that part. That's Aaron's part. And he is not with us today, so what's up, Thomas? Welcome back.
Thank you. Nice to be back in the studio.
How you doing today, Chief?
Outstanding.
Glad to hear.
How about you?
I am exhausted.
You look tired, bro.
I have no idea how I'm here, honestly.
You're running on fumes.
Those fumes are about done with, too.
Fumes are green beer.
The engine is sputtering. It's been a crazy week.
What's been going on down there on Fremont Street?
There were so many people for St. Patrick's Day that I thought it was like New Year's Eve. The amount of ambulances I saw taking people away.
Jeez.
The amount of cops taking people away.
Yeah. And you know it's not even hot weather out there yet.
No, but it was nice outside, and everyone was like, "Oh, we're partying like crazy."
Yeah, the dummies didn't.
Partying like we've never partied
dummies
before.
didn't stay hydrated, did they? Okay.
Oh no, they're like, "Oh, this has water in it somewhere."
Yeah.
Beer's made of water.
Yeah.
I swear.
It's green beer. We can't get dehydrated off of that.
Pretty much. I was helping our bartender last night, so the amount of green dye that's still on me is ridiculous, but it was a good night.
We weren't going to bring that up. We were just going to let it slide. You know. Hello. And as you can see, folks, Mr. Aaron's not here this week. He's somewhere, hopefully in the ocean, maybe even snorkeling under the water or something. I don't know.
He's on a boat somewhere. Hopefully he's avoiding all the icebergs.
Yeah. Maybe they made a wrong turn and went to Alaska.
He'll come back to Blue Note.
Nah.
He may or may not be back next week.
Wouldn't be purposely. He'd probably fall off the boat.
No, I've been pushing Ronald off a boat.
It's scaring me. You don't have your sea legs, you can go ass over head real quick.
Oh, I bet.
Trust me.
You guys want like the story from this week?
I want these.
Should we do like the story time with Matt?
Yes, let's do
You
it.
want to do the story time with Matt?
Yeah, why not?
Let's do the story time with Matt.
Okay.
And now here is your storytelling host, Matt Mullen, the Mr. Rogers of the Fremont Street neighborhood. Take it away, Matt. What's happening in the neighborhood?
The neighborhood was wild this week.
The Mr. Rogers
But I have
of the neighborhood.
People yesterday tend to like behave themselves for the most part. Like,
That's
I
good.
didn't directly have to deal with any of the psychotic people down there. Luckily, they avoided our restaurant
Good.
and my building.
Good.
Don't change yourself for tonight.
But I got a throwback story just because I was thinking about it on my way to work. I was on my way here and I was laughing my ass off just because how funny it was.
Some
But
people,
we're walking around the building. I was walking around the building and this guy keeps coming up to me. He goes, "Hey, I got whatever you need to have a good time." And I was like, "What the hell did you just say to me?" And he was like, "Dude, I got whatever you need." And I was like, "Get out of here." He leaves, comes back. And I was like, he's like, "Come on, man, I got whatever you need." And I'm like, "Are you trying to sell me drugs, idiot?" And he was like, "Yeah, I got whatever you need." And I looked at my shirt and I was like, "You see this shit says security everywhere on it, don't you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I got whatever you need." I was like, "Dude, get the hell out of here." He leaves, comes back like 10 minutes later. And I was like, "What the hell do you have on you?" Pulls out a bag of heroin, a bag of meth, a big ass freezer bag full of pills, a bag of meth, bag of weed. And I was like, "Are you serious? Get out. This is the last warning. Get out." He leaves, comes back again. And I was like, "Bro,
Take a
And he
hint.
goes, "Come on, man, I got whatever you need. Just give me some money." And I was like, "All right, let's see if this works. I'm bored." And I was like, "Bro, I want to party, but I also don't want to get fired. So let me handcuff you and I'll bring you to my office and then we'll party." And he's like, "Fuck yeah, bro." Throws his hands behind his back. I cuffed him. And I was like,
Oh my god.
"This is a little too easy." And I know all the bike guys on Metro. And I was like, I called my friend John and I was like, "Get to my office." And he was like, "Why?" And I was like, "It'll be worth it. Just get here now." And he's like, "All right, we're on our way." So I'm like slowly walking this guy to the office and I sit him in our chair where we put all the dirty people. And it was like, "Come on, man, take the handcuffs off so we can party." And I was like, "Hold on, buddy, my friend's on the way. He wants to party too. It'll just be a minute." And he's like, "Come on, man." He's like starting to panic, like he knows something's up. And I was like, "Dude, it's fine. My friend's literally around the corner." And out of the corner of my eye, I see the entire bike unit coming. I was just like, I'm trying to hold it together. And all of a sudden, like Metro opens the door and this dude completely loses it. And Metro was like, "What happened?" And I tell them and they were like, "Get the hell out of here." They charged this guy with so many crimes. It was insane, but that's the throwback story.
He'll never see the light of day again.
Probably not.
Jeez, some people just don't learn.
Now let's go to the wrestling world.
He's making big pills out of he's making small pills out of big pills now.
He's probably making cock meat sandwiches.
Yeah, buddy. All
Just
right.
a little I hear voices.
Ding, ding, ding.
There's some rumors going around that LA Knight might be getting a big push after WrestleMania 39. Do you guys think he deserves a big push?
Oh, definitely. He's over with the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can work his ass off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crowd loves him. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, why not?
Let's see. We've seen him as LA Knight. We've seen him as
Eli Drake.
Eli Drake.
We're going to
Yeah.
pretend we didn't see him as Max Dupree.
Max
Yeah.
Dupree.
Yeah.
And now he's LA Knight
And we've seen him as Sean Ricker.
and Sean Ricker. So
Trey walks him back in the early days of FSW when he was out here.
our opinion counts, fans. We've known Mr. LA Knight for quite a while.
Oh, yeah.
And to see him in the ring now, in my opinion, he definitely deserves the push. But I got an interesting tidbit of information. Sean Ricker actually started wrestling up in the Indiana area
Mm-hmm.
with Sammy Callahan and
John Moxley?
John Moxley.
Yeah.
They wrestled for damn it, I can't think of Cody's last name, who owned the company up there, and he's the one that actually taught all three of them how to wrestle. Cody Hawks, and he taught all three of brought all three of them in, put them through the training up there, and then eventually they've all branched off their own way, and all three of them have made it, in my opinion, big.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so does LA Knight deserve it? Hell yeah, he deserves it. And I hope he gets a belt.
He definitely deserves it. I saw an interview with him recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. But do you realize if you don't actually look at LA Knight of how much he actually sounds like The Rock? It's crazy.
Oh, yeah, he modeled himself after The Rock.
Like his actual no, not even what he says or anything, just his voice. He sounds just like The Rock. It's crazy. And also for the video games, he's been doing the motion capture for every video game for the last 5 years.
Right. We were talking earlier, not to digress off to another
Digress on whatever you want.
another subject.
Within reason, maybe.
But this is a good one. We were before the show started. I was looking on the internet. I'm learning how to do that.
Figure out how to do that yet?
So I'm learning. And so anyway, we saw a picture
Hard to
of,
do with a flip phone.
I didn't bring it today. I brought the regular one. So anyway, Victoria was in the picture and Scotty Too Hottie, and they're overseas supporting the troops.
Oh, it's cool.
Okay. And all of a sudden I'm looking, here's the Las Vegas own D'Lo Brown is over there with them.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
And we just saw D'Lo, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Something like that.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago we saw him. And so he's overseas now supporting the troops. So shout out to all three of you. Thank you very much for supporting the troops. Appreciate it.
Definitely.
That's cool. Next rumor up is Kenny Omega is unhappy and could possibly be WWE bound when his contract is up. Do you guys actually see Kenny Omega going to WWE?
No. I don't think Hunter would even use him. He'd probably be just doing dark matches and sitting in catering all the time. And how much of the regular WWE audience know who Kenny Omega is?
I think everybody knows who Kenny Omega is by now.
I think if you follow independent wrestling, I agree with you. You know who Kenny
Yeah, but
Omega
how
is.
much of that WWE audience,
Well,
other than the hardcores, would know who Kenny Omega is? Like, let's say they debut him in Muncie, Indiana.
do you only watch AEW?
No.
Do you watch WWE?
Yeah.
Do you watch AEW?
Yeah.
Do you watch TNA?
Yes.
Well, then you should know.
Yeah.
Then you should know Kenny Omega,
Yeah. Well.
and that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah. If people, how much do people? You see everywhere. Oh, I only watch WWE. I don't watch AEW. I don't watch Impact.
Why
I don't
not?
watch Globe.
Do you think people have Facebook today?
They do.
Then they're going to see Kenny Omega sometime. Even on their phone, they're going to see Kenny Omega.
I get what you're both saying because you got to be like an actual wrestling fan to know who Kenny Omega is just because of his long time in Japan. But also WWE is such the mainstay wrestling promotion that everyone in that company is a mainstream name by now. You can wrestle 2 times in WWE and the majority of people know who you are. And the big names, you don't even have to be a wrestling fan to know who John Cena, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, all them guys are.
I think it's got to do with the money.
Yeah.
Okay. That's first and foremost. It's got to do with the money. But here, the thing that keeps crawling back into my head is AEW. Cody walked away from AEW, and he was one of the founding members.
Yeah.
Is John Moxley going to walk away from AEW as a founding member also? And if he does, in my opinion, that's a big hit for AEW when they lose 2 mainstay guys that were there from day one or before day one.
Yeah.
And they lose both of them.
Yeah.
That really says something to me about the AEW company. Do I think Kenny's going to walk away? I don't. And the reason I don't think he will is not because of Kenny Omega, but it's about another guy that hangs around Kenny Omega, and I'll just call him a leech. And I think that'll be the reason Kenny Omega won't leave.
You think Callis will keep him around?
I don't think Callis could get into the WWE
No, I don't
a
think so.
second time.
I think he's going to stay. I think Tony Khan will do whatever he needs to do to keep him around. But I would love to see him go to WWE just for the matches.
Oh,
Kenny Omega versus Seth Rollins. Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns. There could be some
him and
bangers.
Him and
After
Cody.
Bangers.
Him and Cody.
Yeah.
How about him and the 2 guys that wrestled each other last night that beat the shit out of each other?
Drew and Sheamus?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would be some hell of a
There could be
matches.
so many crazy, like how the AEW is promoting their dream match next week.
Yeah, the Omega.
I think every Kenny Omega match for the next year in WWE would be a dream
Oh, it would
match.
be.
Who's the Butch, Kenny Omega and Butch. That would be a good match.
Yeah.
Because
There are rumors
Butch
that-
can go.
Oh, books can go. There are rumors I read that off topic, but they're like speaking of books, the rumors that they might be going back to this Pete Dunne character.
I hope so.
That'd be cool. I wouldn't be mad at it.
No, I wouldn't be.
Well, either way, Pete Dunne or Butch.
Yeah.
He in my mind, he's a complete wrestler.
Mhm.
He's a Kenny Omega wrestler. He's a complete
Yeah.
wrestler. All right. He can do off the ropes, but he can mat wrestle also.
Mhm.
And that so is he worth it? Hell yeah, he's worth it. But I just freaking in my mind, Callis is
Thing is, yeah.
pulling the rope and you know.
I think Dave Meltzer would have a heart attack
I think he would, yeah.
because he hates WWE, but he has a hard on for
Mhm.
Yep.
Kenny Omega.
Yep.
So his little star rating thing would have to like
Implode.
Absolutely.
he would. I don't know what he would do.
He'd be he'd be confused.
But what, again, and I guess the question is, what would it cost Triple H to get Omega in WWE?
They'd have to open their checkbook pretty wide.
Yeah, pretty big checkbook.
I don't think there'd be a problem.
No, they definitely got the money.
I don't think there'd be a problem there with,
But it all depends though now when his contract is up and if they're still in the company. If his contract's up in the next 2 months and they're still trying to sell the company, are they gonna want to add another person to the books? Since the next topic is on here is about them cutting costs for WrestleMania, not bringing people in like they usually do, because they want to make the books look good for the new owner, for when they present the bidding for the company here in a couple of weeks.
right?
Are they going to want to add another big number to those books?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah,
I got you,
you
didn't
did.
I?
Yeah, you did.
I don't disagree. I agree with what you're saying. Do they want to? But you know what? If and when WWE is sold, the people who are going to finalize the sale and sign on the dotted line, they're going to bring their own auditors in
Oh
to
yeah.
check the
Oh
books.
yeah,
And they're
definitely.
going to see everything.
Yeah,
So,
they might find more hush money.
well, shit, you never know with Vince. But let me ask you a question, honest.
What's that?
How much do you think it would cost the WWE to sign Kenny Omega? 5 million?
At least 5.
Huh?
Yeah, at least 5.
I mean, I don't know. I'm asking.
I know. I agree.
5 million?
I think at least 5. Could be more. Maybe 10. I don't.
Yeah.
Depending
And
what
Mr.
he's
John,
making.
I apologize for leaning back in my chair. I'm trying not to, sir.
There is no way they're going to sign him for more money than Roman Reigns or somebody to that effect.
Well, how much is Roman? We don't know how much Roman is making. Roman could be making 5 million for all we
Look it
know.
up on your phone.
I think Roman does make like 5, but they're not going to pay.
Don't worry about it. You can do what you want.
They're not going to pay him double of what they pay Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is
No, I would say
10 times the star Kenny Omega is.
I would say there's a structure.
Yeah.
And I would say Charlotte makes good money too.
Oh yeah.
Oh
she's-
yeah, she definitely does.
So I mean, that's just an interesting thing. If it's a couple million, well, even 5 million. Come on, let's face it. If Omega was to say, I want 5 million, okay, I think Triple H would just say, you know what, let's do the deal,
He probably would. Yeah.
okay? And I don't think there would be any questions asked. Now, and I'm going to lead into this a little, if Tony Khan's a smart businessman, he better have talked to Kenny Omega and said, I want to know how much WWE offered you, generalization, so I can counter their offer.
Oh, I'm sure that's what's going to happen. They'll go to the negotiating table,
Okay.
and Kenny will say, "Hey, this is what WWE's offering me. what are you going to offer me? Then he'll go back to WWE and they'll just play each other off, and then he'll decide what he wants.
Sure. Have you guys seen like the big news of the week about Bray Wyatt?
No.
We'll get your guys' thoughts together, check the internet while we go to commercial break, and then we will cover that
Well,
right as we
then.
come back. So we'll be right back.
D'Lo Brown. If you want to be part of one of the greatest podcasts on the world, Thoughts Count Anywhere, every Saturday, 9 to 11 Pacific. Now recognize that.
Hey everybody, Aaron Phillips, and I'm standing with
Anthony Miller.
Hey, I have a quick question for you. What's the name of your favorite wrestling show?
Thought Count Anywhere.
What a convenience. Saturday, 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific. If this guy watches it, better watch it also on Facebook.
Hi everybody, Aaron Phillips here, inviting you to join me every Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m. right here on Worldwide Digital Broadcasting TV on my show, Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips. I bring to you the movers and shakers of Las Vegas and really all around the world. It's also fun, entertaining, silly, goofy, informative, everything you'd want to be entertained by on a Saturday, except no politics, no religion. As I said, it's designed to be a fun show. Remember, that's every Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific, right here, Aaron's Hour, Worldwide Digital Broadcasting TV.
Oh my God, we're back!
And here we are back in the WWDBTV studios.
I leave that part to Aaron. I get tongue-tied like way too easy.
Man, that was hard. My teeth almost started to fall out on that one.
All right, now, Bray Wyatt. What's going on with this guy again?
Well, I've been reading that he's hurt, and I read that there's creative differences. So, I mean, he could be hurt, which is why he's not doing the program with Bobby right now.
I hope he's just hurt, and
But
I
I
hope
mean,
he comes back.
I mean, if he was just injured, you could still
There
do
we
the
go.
story with Uncle Howdy. You could still have Uncle Howdy show up.
Yeah.
And Uncle Howdy hasn't been around lately. Which is kind of, so I'm thinking that with no Uncle Howdy, that it's got to be creative issues.
But last night, when they were interviewing LA Knight
Yeah.
backstage,
Yeah.
down in the bottom, if you like, we're looking at the screen right now, the bottom right hand corner, there was something of Bray Wyatt's lingering.
Oh, yeah, like his logo came up on the
So-
screen.
Who knows what the hell's
I'm
going
hoping
on?
they're just like swerving people or something, but I read somewhere they even took him off the video game of the DLC coming up, which better not be true. But hopefully they work it out. I thought he had like more creative freedom with Triple H in charge.
Well, I think IRS and Blackjack Mulligan Jr. should get involved and go to the WWE and say, what the hell's going on here?
Good morning, Ronald.
That's what
to everybody
I
except for Thomas Burnett.
That's what
Shut up, Ronald. No one cares what you say.
that's what I think.
We
Hey,
care
Grant,
what you say.
hi
We care what
sister,
you say.
how you doing? Good morning to you, Ronald. The Savannah Bananas, brother. Oh, hey, shout out. And Ronald, correct me if I'm wrong. I think April 22nd and 23rd, somewhere down in Florida, I think down in the Tampa area, TCW Wrestling will be putting on a 2-day show, and I believe their guest or their what am I trying to say? The person that's going to
I don't even know if you know.
the
half
person that's going to do the signing down there,
Mm-hmm.
the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
We'll be at WrestleCon in 2 weeks.
Hey, don't steal my thunder. Thunder Championship Wrestling in Florida with
Okay.
my good friend Gary Galaxy.
Shout out to Gary Galaxy.
Absolutely.
Just like the $1 Million Man has a price, Ronald, we have a price to replace Thomas Burnett.
Yeah. Too bad Ronald can't make it. I will make sure he doesn't make it.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I said so. That's all you need to know. I'm not revealing no secrets.
Don't freaking steal my lines, man.
That's gimmick infringement.
Do not steal my lines. Because the chief said so. All right, we're going to continue on here.
Yeah, then another big story is the Bella Twins have announced that they have left WWE and they are now going as the Garcia Twins, which is their actual names.
And the big hype is, are they going to AEW?
They've said in interviews that they're not, but who believes wrestlers in interviews anymore?
Anything can happen.
Tony
True.
Khan.
Here's my thoughts. If the Garcia twins are going to go to AEW, right,
Yeah.
then let Kenny Omega go to WWE because the chief said so.
Is that exactly a
Is that like a
good trade?
Yeah, that's like a trade.
How about that?
That's like Darren Waller going to the Giants for a third round pick.
I wasn't going there. I figured sooner or later you were going to tap into that.
Oh, that's on the pop culture still.
I'll just leave it alone.
Maybe at least like pop culture.
No, my God.
I mean, if they go
But
to
no,
AEW,
seriously.
if they go to AEW, I mean, does it really matter? They're not going to move the needle.
Well, the question is, are they going to wrestle anymore?
I don't know.
Nikki
you know,
can. She has a tumor.
Exactly.
But Brie can, and
If she wants
when
to.
when Bryan Danielson comes from his home trip to heel or whatever he's doing, probably around Double or Nothing, whatever feud he gets into, if it gets personal, I can only imagine Brie showing up.
I gotta say with Brian, and I'm assuming that he's taken a little time off to recover.
Oh yeah.
What the hell does that say about and I hate to say it, but what does that say about
Oh, I'm
MJ
clipping this. Say it.
MJF.
Say it.
MJF. What's to say about MJF though? Appearing
That he's the best wrestler in the world.
go fuck yourself. Anyway, what's it really say about MJF though? Getting in front of the camera the next week after the matches.
Yeah.
To me, it only says one thing: that Danielson carried the match so that MJF could look good on camera now. Just my opinion.
Well, yeah, of course, Brian carried the match.
And
He
that's-
has experience.
and that's why he's going home.
Yeah,
to rest
he
up.
has experience doing these 60-minute Ironman
Exactly.
matches.
Exactly.
This is MJF's first one ever. And
But I'm gonna tell you, even though I hammered MJF last week, and what I think he did was wrong, I'm over that. That was last week. I hope he never does it again, though. But I got to give props to him. He showed me some intestinal fortitude I didn't think he had. And hey,
you got him in great shape for that match.
shout out to him. I say I look forward to seeing him in May out here. I will not get his autograph though.
Oh my God, I want to get you face to face with MJF. To see what happens.
I would probably throw a drink.
Oh,
I'd probably
my
throw a
God.
drink in his face.
I wish you would have thrown a big gulp at that kid. Oh my God.
So I'm just.
You know how much more funny
just
that would
saying.
have been if he'd have just drenched him.
Hey, with a big gulp, I would have been fine.
Oh,
All right, a big gulp, I'd have been, or a Slurpee or whatever, whatever. I'd have been fine. But when they come out and they say alcohol, that's
Yeah.
That's too far.
Okay.
After last night, fuck them kids. I don't really care.
I just say that.
Ronald said, it's a toy con and we'll be putting shows on both days. It is in Tampa and Ted will be there signing.
See, I told you.
Everybody's got a price.
I need an autograph of Ted, so I'll be in contact with you there, sir.
You have a guy right there that can do it in 2 weeks.
No, I don't. I'm getting one signature in 2 weeks. I'm getting who I consider one of the best female wrestlers ever.
Oh, she definitely is. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
The Hall of Famer,
Yep.
Trish Stratus.
Yep.
Rumor has it if you need a Ted DiBiase autograph, there's like this local store in town
I know.
that had him
Yes.
called Power Play Sports and Collectibles.
I didn't get my.
That has a ton of them.
I didn't get my picture.
You didn't?
No. It's okay though.
I'm sure it's in a pile somewhere in Scott's office.
It might be
personalized.
there. I don't know.
Because I remember I got that personalized list done
I
with
know.
Hacksaw and
I know you do. Hey, did you see, speaking of Hacksaw, you see where Hacksaw's at?
Hey, he's gonna be at the Nerd.
No, him and his wife's in Ireland right now.
Yeah, he's gonna be in Vegas in like 2 weeks though.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's gonna be at the Nerd doing his one-man show.
Oh,
Hacksaw?
nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Can't me either.
2 weeks?
Surprise!
Yeah.
You got
Thank you.
You got to give me the date on that one.
I think it's the 28th.
Okay.
I'll double check that.
Yeah, please do. All right.
Wait, the
where are we
20th?
going? Where are we
I know
going?
that's it.
WrestleMania,
That's a
WWE's
Tuesday.
trying to, like how you mentioned earlier, WWE's trying to cut costs.
Cut costs.
Cut costs.
You're welcome.
I am tired.
You're,
Leave
that's
me
all right.
alone.
I got you covered. I got your back today. I'm not going.
Anybody that can work from home, like remotely for like producers or whatever they're doing, is going to work from home. Even like the international commentators, they're not flying them all
Nope.
in.
Oh, they're
They're
not.
all working
No.
from home and like
Yeah.
doing the commentary remotely.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're
That's like the alt. So they don't got to pay for like international flights and all that stuff.
Okay.
That's like the ultimate way to cut costs if you want to like
Right.
maximize your profits for WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know, some of our
I wonder what other corners are
you
cut.
know, we haven't seen some of our friends on TV lately.
Who's that?
Just our friends. I'm not mentioning names, but some of our friends. I didn't see our friends last night on SmackDown.
Well, I'm sure they're backstage. They're just not being used. They
I
don't have a
don't-
storyline right now for them.
I don't know. I'm just saying I didn't see him.
Man, how he's not involved in WrestleMania is like bothering me.
Did
He's gonna be in that other battle royal, like guarantee it.
we haven't seen
You better win it.
we haven't seen Shinsuke
Because he's been in. Well, last I heard, he was in Japan.
in Japan?
He, was,
Yeah.
he took on Muda like in January.
Who else? Who else haven't we seen now? You know,
Anybody pretty much not involved in the WrestleMania storyline, we're not going to see until WrestleMania.
So
And
So
then
that's WrestleMania, yeah.
hopefully they like reset everything the night after and
I'm sure they will.
our friend gets a big ass push.
Aren't they supposed to have another bidding war? You know, for SmackDown and Raw.
The TV
again?
rights, yeah, they'll be like they'll start negotiating those and like
No,
in the
not
fall.
TV rights, but the people going
Oh, the draft.
to the draft.
Who
yeah.
knows? They keep like
They keep like mentioning
Yeah,
they're
they
going to
keep-
do it,
they
but it
keep
never
making
happens.
That's what I heard. So I mean, I don't know.
Well, his
there.
good buddy Cardona could be debuting after WrestleMania.
Fuck you,
I did get the new WWE game,
Card.
and I did correct it when I bought it. And our friend is the WWE champion in my game.
Did you split the belts?
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't even use like the regular belts in the game. I use like the old school one.
Nice. That's what I used to do.
I got to get me an NXT belt.
I've had one.
Not yet.
No?
No, I got the things though.
Oh, you got the side plates?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
The belt I can get anytime, but I do have the side plates that they're not selling anymore. You know, yeah. Anytime. Let me get limbered up here.
It's getting that time, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is about that time. You got something to
Oh, yeah.
Raven Rand?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Scream about?
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
go. I got one today. Oh
It's
yeah.
time for everybody's favorite segment.
I even wrote it.
It's time for the Chiefs rant.
General quarters, all hands man your battle stations. Set material conditions Zebra throughout the ship. Make Zebra report to DC Central.
Because the chief says so. Hey, there we are, folks. It's the Chiefs rant, my 3 minutes of fame. Now 2 minutes and 54 seconds. Anyway, here's what I want to talk about today. Mr. Tony Khan, owner of the AEW, and supposedly a wrestling fan. I'm going to educate you a little bit today.
Uh-oh.
All right?
That's scary.
I'm going to educate you today. You have a show that's on Friday nights called Dynamite.
No, Rampage. Friday night's Rampage.
That's right, Rampage.
Wednesday's dead.
Wednesday's Dynamite. See, I'm so upset. So anyway, you announce that there's going to be a special guest come in Wednesday night to wrestle the 53-0 Jade Cargill. in her own hometown. I believe Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, by the name of Taya Valkyrie, who I've had the honor of watching wrestle maybe 8-10 times now, live. Maybe. Might even be more. Anyway, you bring her in Wednesday night. She comes down the ramp. She gets in the ring. She says a few words. And then they walk away. Then come Friday night, when your show Friday night's on early because of the basketball and all that crap, you give her a match on Friday night when half the people aren't even watching the wrestling show because they're watching basketball.
Facts.
So why the hell didn't you put her in the ring Wednesday night for a wrestling match instead of Friday, when who knows how many buy rates or shares you got for the show last night? But I know Taya deserves better than that. And if you're smart, you're going to schedule another match at Double or Nothing, Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie out here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and let some real wrestling fans see it and help you out with your show, because you sure as shit didn't know what you were doing Wednesday and Friday night, billionaire. I almost called him Billionaire Ted, but I did. Anyway, you know, it just, whoever did your creative, and Matt, I want a shirt made. AEW's creative sucks. Just like we got, I will buy it. I will buy, because I'm gonna tell you what, you screwed up. You screwed up. Not your wrestlers, not any of your writers. You as a wrestling fan, and I believe you've even used the word mark about yourself. Makes me wonder if you really know what you're doing behind the scenes. So I'll just leave it at that. And that's the Chiefs rant today, over and out.
That was incredible. Tony Khan deserved every single second of that rant.
Facts.
Because like we were talking, that's why this rant came up, is we were talking this morning about it before the show, before he got here. Why are you debuting Taya on a show that A, no one watches to begin with, and B, on a show that's not even in a regular time slot because of basketball?
True.
So he claims to be this great creative genius, and he screws up Taya's debut already.
That just shows you what he thinks of Taya Valkyrie already.
Yeah, not much.
He's like, oh, she's in this hometown. We can just debut her here.
Yeah, and they build up this big match for Jade. She calls out a Canadian superstar for a match, and we get this girl. No offense to her, apparently she's been wrestling all over the world for a long time, but no one knows who she is.
I had no idea. I've never seen that chick in my life.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Morning, Garth. How you doing, buddy?
So it's like, why are you wasting? You build this up. We're all thinking, okay, it's going to be Taya because she's done with Impact. Here we go. Someone's going to finally beat Jade. Jade's going to have a real storyline. But yet she comes in, Jade beats this unknown that we don't know of, and then Taya debuts and lays out Layla Gray.
Even and Tom, I appreciate that that you agree 100% with me. Swing, I appreciate that. The thing is, even if Taya doesn't beat Jade, Tony Khan handled it the wrong way. Okay,
True.
He handled it the wrong. Let Taya come out. Let her get in Jade's face like Tony let her do. And then they're backing off. And Taya says, give me the number one contender right now for the match with Jade Cargill. I want to match with her tonight. I want to beat her.
Did you guys hear this? Did you guys hear this? Okay.
I want to beat her
That's something to
tonight.
say in like 10 seconds.
I want to beat. Yeah, she's walking in and asking for a match. Just hush. Stay in your
Doesn't
lane.
she have to be there forever to get a title shot?
Stay in your
No,
lane.
you've been saying for like a month.
That's with WWE, not AEW.
Oh, so AEW, you can just walk in and ask for a match?
Well, you can evidently you can do anything you want there with Tony Khan.
I know I'm tired, but what?
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, give her a number one contenders match. She's not coming in asking for a championship match. Number one contenders match. All right.
You have to be there for at least 6 months.
Then if she wins the contenders match, well, come out here, Double or Nothing in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah.
All right. And have the match at Double or Nothing. Just saying.
But
That makes good TV.
it does. But my question is, if we're gonna have hold off on this.
Jesus. What, I got to defend myself?
No, I'm fine. I agree that we start a match at Double or Nothing with
All right.
Taya and Jade.
Okay.
But does Tony have 8 weeks of stories to build this up to?
No.
Well, he lost his best story writer. Went back to WWE.
Who was? I thought he wrote all the stories. That's what I keep reading. He's head of creative. He does all of it. He doesn't.
He needs to get his head out of his ass then if he does it all.
Yeah, he's doing it all.
And
He does.
spread it around.
He's
Yeah,
like
he-
slowly delegating stuff, but he pretty much like has his hand on everything.
Yeah, he has his hand in AEW and Ring of Honor.
I think when Mr. Regal left and went back to WWE, he lost the best creative mind he had.
Oh, he did.
Now, probably, and
I mean, he's still
you know,
got Jericho, but
correct-
Jericho's not going to care
correct
about
me
it.
if I'm wrong. I was going to say Jericho. I was going to say Jericho, but who else after Jericho?
Nobody, really.
Thank you,
Chris.
Moxley.
Yeah, but
Moxley, really?
But Mox really wants to.
Moxley just wants to bleed.
He does, but he also has a good mind for the business. So I'm sure he's back there like helping people and coming up with storylines and stuff like that.
Maybe for him, his story with Claudio and Yuta.
Hey, I just want to say the telephone number here is 702-992-3207. So, Chris, if you don't like how I'm pronouncing something, you can call. You can call in on the telephone and talk to me about it. I'll be more than happy to talk to you. Not a problem. I love my wrestling fans, and I love you for commenting. Believe me.
Yeah, thank you, everybody, for interacting with us. We appreciate it. Give us a call. Let's see what your thoughts are on Taya or anything that we've covered so far.
Exactly, you wrestling fans out there. Ronald, call in because Chief said so, and I want you to argue with the
I
historian.
want to see Ronald
today.
versus Chief or Ronald versus Thomas.
Ronald wins any chance.
Yep. Anyway, where we want to go now? Talk to me.
I still want to debate like one topic.
Talk to me.
Let's
They
go.
still haven't decided the night one main event for WrestleMania. Who actually deserves it more, Rhea and Charlotte, or Sammy and Kevin against the Usos?
The
Who
latter.
should close out night one of WrestleMania?
The latter.
I mean, this Sammy, Kevin, and Uso storyline has been awesome. But they're going to go with Charlotte and Rhea because they're going to have the
Why though?
because they wanted to see quality. Because they have the Roman and Cody main eventing night 2, so they're going to have Charlotte and Rhea close night 1 like they have been last couple of weeks,
Thanks, Chris.
last couple of years with the women headlining WrestleMania. Like
There's a
last year-
difference between equality and stupidity.
Well, they're going to go with stupidity.
Because the bloodline thing has been the biggest storyline this entire year.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy's the most over person in this entire company.
Mm-hmm. He deserves to
And
be
for
night
this
1.
final blow off, if it's not the main event of night 1, they need to rethink some things. Because
I could see that
that
opening.
should be the main event.
I could see that opening night 1,
I don't.
the tag title match.
I don't disagree with
I
either.
would freaking freak out.
I don't disagree with either one of you. I think we're forgetting one thing though. When Stephanie McMahon gets in somebody's ear and says, you better take a look at what the women did in the main event of the last couple WrestleManias and how they performed. I could see her putting a bug in Triple H's ear saying, it might need to be Charlotte and Rhea as the final match. Okay. I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think Sammy and Kevin versus the Usos opening WrestleMania up and having the Usos lose the belt and Kevin and Sammy. But I don't disagree with what you're saying either. Having that match as the closing match of WrestleMania Night 1. I don't disagree with that either. I think I'll tell you another match I could see, and I don't know if it's night 1 or night 2 because I don't follow that crap. I just watch it. How about help me out here, guys. The German Gunther against
Drew versus
Drew and
Sheamus.
Sheamus.
That could be the closing match night 1.
Could be.
Yeah, I wouldn't be upset if they.
The only match they've given like an actual date and like main event to is Cody and Roman.
Yeah.
That's the main event of night 2.
Night 2, right?
Yeah.
And
it's like the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah, and you have to. You got to go Cody Roman night 2 to have.
You have to. There's no choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Roman's 900 plus days title reign is in serious jeopardy.
Yeah, you just come in and say, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I want a title match. Cody Rhodes in the title match. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But it can't be done. It can't. But it's going to be the biggest match of the year. And he's walking in and getting it. Just saying. Just saying. I don't know what I'm talking about. Though.
That was probably been the plan.
Saying.
I know, but that's probably been the plan since he came back last year.
Just saying.
I know. You don't like it.
I think it stinks.
I know.
You think it sucks Cody Rhodes is in the main event? Who else should it be?
I would, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I'd love to see Roman against Gunther.
I don't think they built up Gunther enough yet for that. He's
I would
great.
love to see that.
He's been a great Intercontinental Champion.
And okay, but here's something we haven't talked about that I know. What happens if Roman loses the match to Cody? What happens to Roman after that match?
I think we get the Civil War bloodline storyline for a while.
They've
till at least SummerSlam.
They've built him up so much. Like, and I'm this is coming from the heart. They've put him on a pedestal to like nobody can touch him.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, in 2 weeks, maybe he gets beat. What kind of storyline can they come up with now that he's been beat? I'm assuming that KO and Sammy are going to beat the twins for the tag belts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they're going to go out to pasture for a little bit, maybe not. But I'll tell you the one that I see getting the push, along with LA Knight and Karrion Kross, is going to be Solo Sikoa.
True. I think
he deserves it. Solo.
Even if Roman loses the belt, he's still going to be in main event matches. Like when Bruno Sammartino was champion forever.
Yeah.
Once he lost the belt, he was still in the main event of all the Madison Square Garden matches with or without the belt.
2,000 in some matches, folks. 2,000. Not even 1,000 yet. Over 2,000 in some matches. Bruno Sammartino was the
I think
champ.
hell might have frozen over in my action. I put it over.
It
Bruno
did.
here in a
It
second.
did.
But
They're just too tired.
like
The
Bruno and Roman,
The
They're not thinking
Delaware
straight.
River froze when the one that George Washington crossed. Oh, hell yeah, it did.
So Brandy in the comments
Talk
says,
to me. Talk to me.
though I'm excited for Rhea and Charlotte, I think the crowd is more invested in Sammy right now. So to keep the attention of the crowd, I think that tag match should close night one. So that's a good
Facts.
point.
Good point. Good point, sister.
she does, but like actually sitting here thinking about it, I don't know if it makes too much sense to have the Bloodline lose both matches in the main events of WrestleMania.
Why do you say that?
Just because
Put you on the spot there.
it like, I don't know if you want to like bury them in both main events, but
Well, how do you consider burying though?
He may have it
if
right.
they lose everything like within the main events,
Well, that's what this is accumulating to,
Yeah.
though. They have to lose eventually.
they do it. They're
Well,
going to lose.
let's ask it straight up. Do we feel that the Bloodline's going to lose all the belts at WrestleMania?
Yeah, it's time. Usos have been champions for 2 years.
I think it's going to lead to Solo versus Roman at SummerSlam, if not sooner than that. But
And
I think we're for sure getting that match in the very, very near future.
So I could see, like, to get this going, get that ball rolling for that storyline. Solo does something to cost Roman the match at WrestleMania.
I don't even think it's going to go that far. I just think like Roman's going to come out, blame everybody for him losing. And then Solo ends up trying to get the belt from Cody, can't do it. And then Roman ends up snapping on Solo, and then Solo ends up beating Roman.
So could we get Cody
Solo up to the next
So
level?
in Cody's first title defense at Backlash in Puerto Rico,
I could see it being against Solo.
Cody versus, that's what I'm going to say. Do we get Cody versus
Mr.
Solo?
John, Ronald said he's tried to call in twice.
I just saw it.
Okay. No problem. Thanks, sir.
We blocked your number.
I have to wait for it to ring.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You don't know how to dial a telephone, Ronald. That's why it didn't ring.
Boy, that's kind of harsh, don't you think?
A little harsh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ronald, are you going to take that off of him? All right,
We
where
blocked
we-
it. We blocked.
Wait.
Huh?
What?
Tell Ronald
Yes.
I couldn't answer the phone because Thomas wouldn't let me.
Exactly. We blocked your number. I wouldn't like John take your call.
Ronald, from what I'm gathering,
Technical difficulties.
technical difficulties, but we're going to blame it on the historian because he's blocking your phone calls
Yeah, I'm
from
blocking it,
coming
Ronald.
into the studio.
That's got to be it.
So that's the only thing we can figure out here.
Hey, Chief, since you didn't
Talk
would
to me.
acknowledge our story last week because it wasn't WWE confirmed.
It wasn't.
But now that
It is
the
confirmed.
man Ric Flair announced it on the bump,
It is
what do you think about the Great Muta being in the Hall of Fame?
Outstanding.
What do you think about somebody though
Just-
not ever wrestling
just do.
for WWE
Just
being
do.
in the WWE Hall of Fame?
Just do. I think it's outstanding. You know, there comes a point in time where we've got to get over that. Well, he wrestled for AEW, he wrestled for WWE, he wrestled for New Japan, he wrestled ROH, he wrestled for FSW, he wrestled for TCW, he wrestled for UWW. I don't care who they wrestled for. Do they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? There's only 2 Hall of Fames I know about. One's up in New York, and the other one's a WWE Hall of Fame.
What about Waterloo?
Oh, Waterloo. I forgot. Thank you. I forgot about it. Christ, I'll get killed.
That's like one of the bigger ones. That's like the bigger of the.
Yeah.
I'll
bit of
get,
the three.
I'll get killed when I go to CAC. I apologize. Anyway,
I worked that event too many years. I know exactly what that
yeah,
is.
you know who I'm talking about too. But anyway, there's a point in time, you know, there's a lot of wrestlers, and I'm sure you feel the same. There's a lot of wrestlers that deserve to be in the Hall of Fame
Demolition.
that aren't in the Hall of Fame.
D'Lo Brown.
I don't disagree. And that's what I'm saying, you know?
But what do you think about people going in the Hall of Fame that aren't in WWE taking spots like Demolition or D'Lo Brown, people that put their time into WWE. Instead, they're picking people that have never been in a WWE match in their life.
But I hear what you're saying. I don't necessarily disagree with you. But the one thing I'll say about Muda's wrestled around the world.
Yeah, true.
And he's known. And he had some, if you go back and you look at WCW, which is now owned by WWE, okay, all of their history, okay, Muta wrestled some hellacious matches with Ric Flair, okay, when he was managed by Gary Hart, all right? And so in saying that, I think that might be where the technicality is coming in, where WWE owns WCW, so therefore they're bringing him in that way into the Hall of Fame. I think, personally myself, I think he belongs there. I think Jushin Thunder Liger belongs there.
He is.
I think he definitely belongs there, but I think it's some kind of political move with Japan to try to get something to go with in New Japan or something.
But he hasn't been with New Japan forever,
Or
though.
wherever. So it's got to be something to do with some kind of Japanese promotion.
Could be. But I mean, I'm fine with Muta going in the Hall of Fame. It just sucks that Sting can't be the inductor.
True. And then with the Hall of Fame, they're also saying that Stacy Keibler might end up going in.
Come on. Give me a break on that one.
Those legs deserve their own wing in the Hall of Fame.
Come on. I'm with Cheap on this one.
At least she's been in WWE.
See what?
She was at least in WWE.
At least, yeah, but come on now.
And they're also saying Batista can't be in the Hall of Fame this year because of Hollywood commitments.
Yeah, he's filming that.
Even though he's like been protesting his way into the Hall of Fame and now he can't do it.
That doesn't break my heart either.
Well, he's down in Africa filming his new movie. That's
yeah.
That's why they're probably going with Ray's, the headliner. Even though it really doesn't matter. They're not selling tickets because if you're going to SmackDown, you're automatically going to the Hall of Fame ceremony.
True.
So they're not really pretty much in the Hall of Fame anymore because they don't need to sell extra tickets.
Wait a minute. If you're in SmackDown?
If you're going
they
to
filmed
SmackDown.
the Hall of Fame right after SmackDown like they did last year. That's what they're doing this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like they're not
So they basically take like one set of the ropes off and then like walk up to the ring and do your
Do it that
Hall
way.
of Fame.
Yeah.
ceremony.
Right. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm just saying that's why they're not pretty much into it. And I pretty much that's why they waited so long to start inducting people.
They're
because
trying
not
to save money
Yeah, I know.
on their budget.
After going to like all those CAC like inductions and stuff, I don't ever want to go to the Hall of Fame. They're so long and they're so drawn out.
Well,
after hearing Gerald Briscoe talk for like 2.5 hours,
I bet.
I almost started to like fall asleep.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean,
Everyone was trying to get him to wrap it up for like an hour.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was wild. And then like with CAC, it was like the same people tending to go into the Hall of like the WWE Hall of Fame like months later.
Yeah.
And it was the exact same speech.
I'm sure.
Almost word for word. I was like, hold on, I've heard this. I know what you're gonna say, Jake. What's up?
Hey, yeah, shout out to my buddy Jake. Glad you're doing well. Miss Cheryl, good to see you. And folks, it's the top of the hour just about, and we got to go pay some bills. So we're going to go to a commercial break.
Why not?
This is your warlord of weird Sin Bodhi, and you are watching Thoughts Count Anywhere right here on Facebook, Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. till 11 a.m. Pacific Coast time. Stay tuned. Do I look like I'm clowning around?
Buddy, I'm Aaron Phillips, and I am with the legend, Sabu. And Sabu, you were telling me earlier about a special wrestling show that you really like, and that is what? Thoughts Count Anywhere, that's a coincidence. The same show that runs Saturdays, 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific, right here on Facebook. You better listen to the man to watch.
Okay.
John Stiles here, host of Doing It with Styles here on WWDBTV. If you're a CBD oil user and a coffee drinker, I got some great news for you. I found this hemp-infused coffee from Planet Harvest Health. That's planetharvesthealth.com. Now, this happens to be the Swiss chocolate almond, which I'm kind of fond of. I used to take the CBD oil, put a couple drops under my tongue, and I didn't really like the taste of it that great. So I started dropping it in my coffee in the morning. So figured that would kind of kill it. Well, it kind of screws up the taste of the coffee. When I found this, it's awesome. It's great tasting coffee. You brew it just like your regular coffee, and you get all the benefits of the hemp. So check it out on planetharvesthealth.com. They got a lot of other great products. They've got spices, they've got oils, they've got creams. So check them out on planetharvesthealth.com. Thank you. And remember, like Planet Harvest Health, if you're going to do it with styles.
Hi everybody, Aaron Phillips here, inviting you to join me every Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m. right here on Worldwide Digital Broadcasting TV on my show, Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips. I bring to you the movers and shakers of Las Vegas and really all around the world. It's also fun, entertaining, silly, goofy, informative, everything you'd want to be entertained by on a Saturday, except no politics, no religion. As I said, it's designed to be a fun show. Remember, that's every Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific, right here, Aaron's Hour, Worldwide Digital Broadcasting TV.
And we're back in the WWDBTV studios in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Thomas has blocked the phone.
I'm Chief. To the right is Mr. Matt Mullen, and to my left is the historian, Mr. Thomas Burnett.
Where are we going next, fellas? Where are we going next?
Has anybody heard the latest on Roxanne Perez of like what's actually happening to her? Because she did like that
Shawn Michaels storyline.
The Shawn Michaels storyline thing, and they said she was training like the next day.
Well, I read that everything is vague. They're not really sure what's going on with her yet.
It said like she might have to take like an extended time off, and now she's stripped of the title, and they're gonna have a ladder match to determine the new champion at Stand and Deliver in LA.
Yeah,
that belt might be cursed now.
I think Zoe Stark won the first match to get into the.
Yeah, Zoe and Gigi Dolan are in right now.
Are in. You know, we're wrestling fans. Is she really hurt? Or does she just need some personal time off? And Shawn and company had to come up with a quick storyline, and this is the way the storyline's playing out.
Oh no, they're like real vague about everything. So she couldn't be really hurt, or she wouldn't have wrestled that match and then been training the next day.
I don't disagree with what they're doing, not letting the public know.
But she's super young and super over, so she's got like a bright future in front of her, no matter what.
Totally agree with you.
Hopefully she can come back from wherever this is.
Totally agree with you. The point I was trying to get to was too many damn storylines come out on social media that we don't even need. We can kind of figure out what's going to happen.
Oh yeah,
but sometimes I think certain things, like in this case, they're not telling us everything. I'm okay with that because the wrestling fan doesn't know, and we're talking about it, discussing it because we don't know. Yeah. That's good for business.
I always laugh reading the dirt sheets because just trying to come up with like stories for us and all that kind of stuff. But how fast they backtrack their own stories constantly is hilarious. You'll see something about Roxanne Perez fainted, really hurt, and then the next thing you know, it's like something else, then it's something else again. The whole Bray Wyatt thing, I swear, changed like 10 times.
That's why, my brother, I didn't disagree with what you were saying about Muta going into the Hall of Fame. I wanted to see it come out from WWE.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm blaming.
And once it comes out, then it's gospel. And that's, so what you're saying about the dirt sheets, I totally agree with you.
I take everything they say with a grain of salt unless I hear it from like the person.
Well, the only one I really trust is Mike Johnson, a PW Insider,
Oh,
because he hasn't been doing as long as Meltzer, but you never hear a bad word about Mike Johnson. He only reports what he finds out, and he gets it confirmed and like double confirmed and triple confirmed.
true.
Well, you know who owns PWI? Georgie Napolitano in New York.
Not Pro Wrestling Illustrated. This is a different. This is PW Insider online, not Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Oh, okay.
It's something different.
Okay. All right.
Completely different.
Because I definitely trust. She's been in the business for years.
Yeah.
She started with Bill Apter.
Yeah.
All right.
I used to buy all the magazines. Yeah.
Me too.
And Georgie from Long Island. All right. She's been doing this for years.
Sorry about her luck.
She's in the good part of Long Island. Not down along.
Not the shitty part.
No. But she's been doing that for years.
Oh, okay.
And she covered Bruno Sammartino, and Mr. McMahon, okay, Vince Senior, and and if you go back and the funny thing is I listened to some of the Hall of Fame speeches back, and Captain Lou, he talked about how many times Vince fired him because of his drinking.
A lot.
But he'd always call Vince up. Vince had a good heart, man. Vince had his people around him, even though they were hell on wheels. We know one. We met one. Great guy. Before he passed away, Pat Patterson.
Yeah.
That was one of Mr. McMahon's boys, and that group of people, they were tight. And I remember reading some newspaper articles back home, them getting in bar fights.
True.
Oh yeah, but like today, it's wishy-washy. Those guys back then, I wouldn't want to been in a bar fight with them.
No.
Not at all.
No.
I remember hearing back then when like Vince Senior sold it to Vince, he was like, "I'll give you the company, but you make sure you take care of these group of guys."
Yep.
And to Vince's credit, he always did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's one thing I'll say. And I think Vince is taking care of The Rock and Cena and Taker, and of course his son-in-law, and Sean. And I'm glad to see him make amends with Bret Hart.
Yeah, even Bruno, he made like amends with Bruno before he passed
And
away.
I'm gonna tell you, Bruno was adamant.
I didn't think that was ever going to happen either, honestly.
Bruno was adamant for years.
He trashed WWE for the longest time.
Because yes, he did.
If that wasn't proof Triple H is a good negotiator, I don't know what is.
Well,
like with Warrior, no one thought Warrior would ever come back. And
True.
I mean,
because he trashed him as well.
Triple H has, what do you want to say, negotiating skills?
Yeah, he does.
And you don't take, let me put it this way. You don't take guys like Harley Race and Terry Funk and Dusty and Nick Bockwinkel, Flair, Bruno, Buddy Rogers. Okay, they're in and on the women's side, Fabulous Moolah and Mae Young, Mildred Burke. You don't take. They're the pioneers of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay, they're the pioneers. And if it wasn't for those pioneers, professional wrestling would not and could not be at the bar level it is today. For that has been carried on by the likes of Roman Reigns and John Moxley and Kenny Omega and the superstars over in Japan and the Charlotte Flairs. And so it's progressed along to where it's at today. And But if it, there again, if it wasn't for Vince's dad and some of the other old timers who, Tully Blanchard's grandfather down in Texas, all right, Von Erichs in Texas, Portland area, Roy Shire in San Francisco, if it wasn't for those guys putting the matches on, I'll give you the best one, the best book I ever read about Teenie Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett's grandmother.
Yeah.
Okay. She started out as a secretary for Roy Welch. And she progressed up to where she would travel city to city, control the backstage, make sure the matches went the way they were supposed to. Well, the fellas didn't particularly care for it because of the young ladies that would hang around out back.
Ring rats.
And Teenie would, well, you said it. Teenie, that's a good way to put it too. Teenie would, she'd keep eyes on the back door. And if she see somebody go out the back door before their match, she'd go out and tell them, you ain't wrestling today. Because I told you not to go out the back door and you went out the back. She said, you're not wrestling and you're not getting paid today.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. This is in the book. And so it progressed, and that's where Jeff's dad, Jerry, got into the business down in the Memphis area with Lawler and that group. And then it progressed on. So the territories, they did good, but where it's at today, it's progressed along. And again, I'm going to say, you see the wrestlers today. If it wasn't for the old timers, I don't think we'd have the wrestling like we do today.
Oh, definitely not. They definitely paved the way. I mean, yeah, without the old timers, of course, we'd have nothing.
They paved the way, but if it wasn't for Vince McMahon, WWE wrestling wouldn't be anywhere near what
of course not. No.
Today, you're absolutely right. I agree with you. Totally agree with you. Totally.
And with like the whole little like protect your group thing, I don't think you have to worry about that kind of stuff anymore because back then they didn't make enough money to like survive off of like for a long time. Now if Vince was to sell the company and like protect my group of guys of like Cena and all them, they all got enough money that they don't got to worry about nothing anymore.
Cena with his Hollywood commitments, Rock with his Hollywood commitments.
That's something I don't understand. Okay, and something I've thought about for a long time. You got people, and folks, don't take this the wrong way. You have people like The Rock and Cena and Taker and the Flairs who are multimillionaires, but yet you read about some of the wrestlers who don't have, and they have to go and put GoFundMe pages up.
Yeah.
And we've, there's an organization, and you know what I'm talking about.
It doesn't really help anybody. Yeah, we all know what that one is.
They
facts.
They don't, the only wrestlers I've really seen reach out to other wrestlers, Chris Jericho.
Like certain wrestlers, they donate to like every wrestling GoFundMe.
Yeah. I mean, it just bothers me that the higher wrestlers, the Cena, The Rock, those guys haven't come up with a plan to start an organization for professional wrestling.
Yeah.
From the ground floor up.
Mm-hmm.
I know one they can get behind. Wrestle Connects.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was waiting for you to bring it up. I was trying to pitch it to you.
I got the softball. We're going with it.
And
but it would be kind of crazy for like being an old school wrestler, being like on top, and then like I don't know like how bitter I would be being like knowing I was on the top in like the 60s, 70s, and I'm struggling now, and the person like in 2020 in the same exact position I am is a multi-millionaire. That just shows you where like the company's gone to and
where everything's changed.
Like
Yeah.
pay structures and all that. It was just I don't know how I would feel in that situation.
The picture that tore me up Thursday, they showed a picture of a former professional wrestler who was also a football player for the Chicago Bears.
Oh, Steve McMichael?
Yeah, they showed a picture of Steve, and his wife wrote a little article. He still goes out in the hospital bed.
Yeah.
And does community service type stuff.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
And here's a man that's dying.
Yeah.
All right.
He looks like he's hanging on by a thread.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And
that's just crazy.
It's gonna be a tough loss because like, he was like he was like a man's man.
That was
like freaking and just see him like withering away is like terrible. I'm glad like all his like the flares and everyone's like by his side, like keeping his spirits up and
they're supporting him.
Yeah.
And see,
there's no way that his wife's never gonna have to worry about a medical bill in her life.
No, never.
And that's what I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about. Is there has to be something has to happen to where a young person starting out in wrestling, they get hurt. Well, there's an organization that can help them out.
Yeah.
And it just needs to be promoted from the top guys
all the way down.
Yeah. And that's how I look at it. So
true.
Yeah, you're right. So let's go with this next one. Dominic is doing his damnedest to get his father to fight at WrestleMania.
He finally challenged him to a WrestleMania match.
Yeah, twice now.
So Ray said no.
The only way this is happening is on the Hall of Fame.
it ain't happening at the Hall of Fame. You do not downgrade the Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame. Period.
I wasn't saying they're going to fight at the Hall of Fame.
It ain't happening.
They're not going to fight at WrestleMania at the Hall of Fame, no.
It ain't happening.
What I was going to say,
it ain't happening.
They're not going to fight at the Hall of Fame. It's going to set up the Hall. What's going to happen at the Hall of Fame is going to set up WrestleMania.
No.
There is no way Dominic does not interfere in that Hall of Fame in some way.
He's going to attack Conan. That's what's going to happen. He's going to attack Conan, and that's going to really upset Ray, and that's going to get Ray to go after Dominic because he attacked Conan. Conan means the world to Ray.
How did you come up with that?
Because Conan's inducting Ray in the Hall of Fame.
Well, I know that.
So
I understand that.
So Conan and Ray are like this.
I understand that.
Conan's been like Ray's mentor his whole career. So Conan's gonna get the crap beat out of him by Dominic and the rest of the Judgment Day probably, and then that's gonna piss Ray off to the point where I can't do this no more. I have to do it. I'm gonna do it in honor of Conan. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you at WrestleMania.
You know you could have a riot on your hands.
Why?
Do you realize that?
From whom?
By what you just said?
Who's gonna cause a riot?
Huh?
Who's going to cause a riot?
If Dominic puts his hands on Conan, I foresee every wrestler out in the audience, they're going to beat the shit out of Dominic and the crew.
That's not going to happen.
Why not?
Because this is setting up
That's
Ray
a good
versus Dominic.
storyline.
Not if Dominic gets beat up, like we talked about.
That's a good storyline.
No, it's not.
Yes,
it does
it
nothing
is.
for Dominic. If Dominic gets
Who
beat
the hell
up,
cares about Dominic? Dominic's still fucking wet behind the ears.
he is.
All right.
But they're trying to get behind him and push and get him going.
If he can't make it with Rhea Ripley and what's the guy's
Judgment
name?
Day.
Yeah, with Judgment. If he can't make it with them,
He is making it with
He is
them.
making it within the.
He is making it with them.
because he's sure as shit not a lucha.
Well, no, he's not a lucha
All right.
guy. No.
He's not a lucha like Ray or Coney.
Well, no.
All
Of
right.
course not. No.
So therefore, okay.
Okay.
If he attacks Conan,
Okay.
I foresee people like Arn Anderson.
He won't be there.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, he will.
But you're kind of proving our point by saying that everyone's going to get mad, and the whole point of like attacking him at the Hall of Fame is to get heat.
Yeah, they're going to beat the shit out of him, and he's going to go to the hospital, and he ain't going to be able to make the fucking match. Period.
It's storyline, though. It's not like he's really going to beat up Conan and people are going to get mad.
I got you. I got you.
I'm not going to bring him away in an ambulance.
I'll go this way.
Okay.
All right. It ain't going to be Conan. All right. It ain't going to be Conan.
I know where you're going. That's what we've been talking about. I know where you're going.
It's going to be his mom.
I still think it's going to be the sister.
And that's going to be where Ray will flip out.
I can see Ray in like the middle of his Hall of Fame, and Dominic just comes out in the front row and just grabs his sister and being like, "You accept this match right now," or like Rhea's got a chair and like has her in the concerto thing,
or Rhea.
Like accept it now, and then just hits her anyway.
Yeah. Because I don't see it being Conan.
It's got to be something family related.
Yeah.
To end up
Exactly.
getting him to get this match.
That's what I see.
Conan, hit Angie, or Aaliyah, one of the three.
I don't see the mom doing it just because.
Yeah, I don't think Angie will do it either.
Nobody expects her to, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the point.
And
Nobody expects.
That would be like the ultimate heel move.
Exactly.
Like, I'm gonna hit my own mom with a chair to get to my dad.
Yeah.
And then I would see Ray jumping off the stage or coming out of the ring or whatever.
I'm more excited to see Chief's reaction when Dominic ruins the Hall of Fame for Ray.
Are you going to the Hall of Fame? Not SmackDown in the Hall of Fame or no?
We're leaving like that Friday morning, so depending if I can find cheap tickets, maybe.
You and
me and Ryan.
Right.
And then I don't know, it depends. We'll see. Going to the SmackDown here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
But they ain't announced if they're having any meet and greets or anything yet.
Oh, for here?
Yeah.
They're probably not.
If anything, they'll do it at a cricket store, random cricket store around town.
But like you said,
with somebody.
All right, folks. It's time. We've been talking so much and not talking smack, but actually talking professional wrestling.
I've heard so much about old school wrestling that I was already tired.
That's okay.
So now I need to go to the car and get another Monster. We're not sponsored by them.
So
but we should. So I'm going to go get an energy drink and we're going to go to a commercial break.
That's it.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? I just wonder, is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
Hey, we're back, folks. Welcome. Freaking John, man.
But we have a SmackDown.
I got producers count. 3, 2, 1.
He's flipping me off. Anyway.
So in the comments, Ronald mentions, and I can't believe I'm mentioning Ronald, but be lucky I'm doing this, Ronald. It could happen on SmackDown instead of the Hall of Fame. It's either the mom or sister, and the storylines are based around the family.
I could see it happening like in Vegas, like the one before the Hall of Fame.
Well, there's a SmackDown.
And then,
but remember, there's a SmackDown next Friday, the 31st, before the Hall of Fame.
So it could happen here.
The one like literally
in Las
like
Vegas,
an hour
Nevada.
before the Hall of Fame, yeah.
Yeah, 2 hours before the Hall of Fame, yeah. Could happen on that show.
It could happen here in Las Vegas, Nevada next week, too.
Yeah.
It could in Nevada. Yeah.
It could happen when he's
So
69.
shut up.
It could happen here, and then like Adam Pearce bans Judgment Day from the Hall of Fame, so like Ray gets his proper Hall of Fame thing. But
Yeah.
Hey,
I kind of want to see him interrupt the Hall of Fame just to see what happens.
wouldn't it be great, though, if it happened either one of the SmackDowns, but Adam Pearce didn't do it? Triple H came out and said, "You're banned from the Hall of Fame."
That would be.
I could
Now
see
that
I
would
could
be
see, yeah.
awesome. That would be awesome. See,
Yeah.
Chief
Chief is thinking,
yeah.
Yeah, I keep
Yeah.
thinking,
It happens once a show. I guess we're
Yeah.
screwed for the rest of it.
Yeah.
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 I think we know what the title of this episode's going to be.
My boy, L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, L.A.
It's exactly what it's going to be, too.
Hey, you know,
Episode 180. Yeah.
I met his significant other. Very nice lady. Very, very nice lady.
Good. That's good. That's cool. That's very
Where did
nice.
I meet her at? The Palms.
FSW show?
No, the Palms at the NXT show that was at the Palms.
Oh, cool.
The one where Riddle was high. I mean, I didn't say that. He wrestled that. And, he.
We're talking about every.
Well, that's why he's not on TV right now. So
Yeah, there's no talk of.
Anyhow,
there's been no
all
talk
right,
of
we're
Speaking of bad news
Hey,
and SmackDown.
Did we already talk about Kevin Owens and Sammy reunite on SmackDown?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sort of.
Okay, we talked. Okay.
with the talking about the main
But
event.
Pat McAfee went on to a show and said for a foreseeable future, he doesn't see him coming back to WWE.
That's what I heard.
He's got too much going on. He's got a baby on the way. He's got his show on every day that he does. So
Then he wants to see who WWE gets sold to see if they even want
Yeah.
him. But
if he wants to work for,
I miss him on SmackDown commentary.
Who would not? You know what? Just the time that Pat was on SmackDown, who would not want to hire him?
True.
Yeah.
Seriously, the way he can put people over. There's got to be more to it than we're reading.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it at that.
I just think he just he doesn't want to leave his wife
I don't know.
with that.
Well, he got a newborn on the way. He got plenty of money.
Yeah, it's
Time to take some time off.
We talked about.
I was reading about, speaking of Matt, we're talking about McAfee.
Go ahead.
I was reading earlier a little while ago that he might walk away from his $120 million contract he's got right now with a FanDuel, I think it is.
Oh, wow.
FanDuel?
I think it's with, yeah, he could go to Amazon, he could go to YouTube TV. I mean, he's in high demand right now.
Yeah, everybody wants the Pat McAfee show.
Who the hell's getting in these? Ronald, who's getting sued? I'm lost.
Let's move on
I
to some
think it's probably
AEW Ring of
Pat.
Honor news.
Yeah, let's do that, man.
Stu Grayson re-signed with AEW finally after he went. I think it was last May he got released.
Yeah, like his contract came up.
His contract came up, didn't want to renew
They
it.
they couldn't come to terms. Now they renewed it. They re-signed him.
Now he looks better than ever, and now he's back with the new.
Yeah, now he's facing Moxley on Wednesday night.
It's gonna be good.
Should be a good match. Grayson out for revenge on Evil Uno. Any word on what's going on with Uno's injury? Since he was taken to the hospital.
I haven't heard
Wednesday
anything.
I haven't heard anything yet.
I haven't seen anything.
Speaking of hospitals and
Who I
AEW, Danhausen reportedly tore his pectoral muscle at Revolution, so he'll be out probably like 8 to 9 months.
You know, I got to tell you, that guy reminds me of me when I look at him.
Danhausen?
Yeah, except for the face.
Oh, I'm making a Chief Danhausen thing.
But
Yes.
Immediately.
Yes.
but the thing is,
Chief with Danhausen makeup. That's
Oh,
happening.
yeah.
But the thing is, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to see him hurt because I was really starting to like him as a cat. You know,
He can still be on TV.
being out there. I was really starting to get to like him, and I was hoping that it was going to be Danhausen and the guy that rides the skateboard.
Tony Hawk.
No,
Darby.
Darby Allin.
I was hoping they were going to become a tag team.
That would have been one hell of a tag team.
That would be.
Darby
I
and
I was hoping that was going to happen. All right, but I might have to wait a little while, you know.
Yeah.
But I think that would be okay.
Did you guys both watch Dynamite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What,
No, I didn't
Yeah,
watch
no.
it.
what did you think of the four pillars being in the ring at the same time, kind of
They
just
just
shooting
ba-
at each other?
They just buried the company. Saying, you've had everything handed to you. You've never been on Rampage. You've never been on Dark. You've never been on Elevation.
That was
from Wednesday.
That was MJF and the three guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
Just burying
I
the
was
company.
confused. Oh, that shit. But here's the thing. Yeah, they were burying the company. But the guy up here let the shit happen.
I know. He's an
If
idiot.
he's right, if what you say is true, he's right in everything.
He's running everything.
Then he let it happen.
Yeah, just like how we let MJF last year come on Dynamite and bury the company.
So I'll just say it again, man. In my notes, Tony Khan, you need to take control, and you need to learn how to write stuff so you don't bury your own company and the wrestlers that are wrestling for you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys ready for Chiefs Rant 2.0?
I just gave it.
No, you're about to get a good one.
What?
Do you hear what Bryan Danielson said in an interview?
Oh, yeah.
He wants to write a book of how men are better than women. And Chief 1, 2, 3, and go.
I saw, and I don't have a comment.
It's like, what? This guy said, what? That's brave.
I'm surprised.
In 2023, that's some shit that will get you canceled.
I'm surprised his wife didn't shut his mouth.
Oh, she probably did when he got home after she read the article.
I'm just saying.
And his sister-in-law.
I hope there were cameras in the.
And her mother.
And his mother-in-law, yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying, but here's the
thing. But daddy-in-law agreed too, though.
What's going to happen when the little girl grows up and possibly sees that comment that her dad made?
Very true.
Yeah.
Just saying out there, folks.
Bryan Danielson said some silly shit sometimes.
I'm 2 for 2.
Too many diving headbutts over the years.
Maybe it was too close to that 60-minute match and he didn't realize what he was saying.
Yeah. As soon as the match is over, they interviewed him.
Let's be real though. Danielson, I don't think is really that type of guy. All right, he might have misspoke.
I thought you were about to say the men versus women. I was like, whatever Chief says does not represent Thoughts Count Anywhere, WWDBTV. I don't know where this is going.
He might have misspoken out of turn.
I hope so.
I hope so for his sake, because I know
like the butt of the article was saying how he goes to bed at 9 o'clock. Well, Bree sits on the iPad and like watches TV, and he's more disciplined. And also, I was like, well, Bree like not on TV and doesn't.
Yeah,
I don't know what she does like day to day, but
you got to understand where they were raised. Okay, Brian was raised in the Northwest Washington State.
The meth part of the United States. Yes.
Where were the Bellas raised?
I think like Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah.
All right. Phoenix area, I
Yeah.
believe, so night and day, maybe a little bit. Just saying, different perspective, probably different thoughts on how to raise children, and raise a family, and be a family. So I'm not going to say I agree with, because I haven't read the article or saw the article about Brian. But once I read it, then I'll comment on it.
I did see some Vegas AEW news that they first announced that Double or Nothing was coming. And then we were going to have Dynamite on Wednesday and Rampage on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess because of the conference finals and TNT or whatever they're doing, now we're getting Dynamite and Rampage on Wednesday and the pay-per-view on Sunday. So we lose one of the – it's an extra ticket we don't got to buy in Vegas. We get 2 for 1.
We get 2 for 1. And we're probably going to get 3 for 1 because they're probably going to tape the dark matches too.
Oh, they do. They do after Dynamite.
Before, I believe.
Oh, before, yeah.
Whatever.
They tape Elevation before.
Is that what Elevation?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, they tape Elevation.
So we're going to get 3 for 1.
Yeah.
See, Chief was smart.
It's going to be a good show.
I rented a room at MGM Grand. I'm spending the night, man. I ain't going nowhere.
Nice.
Yep.
I would, if Tony Khan really wants controversy, bring Brian back to TV with this gimmick, men versus men better than women, and have him face, since he loves intergender matches, let Brian face the women's division. Let him beat. I'm sorry to say this. This is wrong, but let him beat the lower talent, the Sky Blues and Willow Nightingales, and work his way up. And then when he gets to like Thunder Rosa returns, and then
I was
know
going to
it's a
see
bad
him
idea.
like mouth off to the wrong woman.
Yeah.
And then we get Bryan Danielson and Brie Bella versus Adam Cole and Dr. Britt Baker.
DMD. That would be
I
interesting.
want to see that.
But with Brie, that would mean Brie would have to agree with his thoughts on that.
Bryan Danielson versus Jade Cargill.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
You're talking about carrying somebody. Brian would be carrying that whole match.
Bryan Danielson versus Jade Cargill.
As much as we've been burying Tony Khan this whole show, he did do something right this week. He announced that.
You really going to talk about it?
He announced Forbidden Door is going to be June 25th in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada.
Supposedly, I saw something. Who's going up to Canada for a 6-show event? Is that AEW?
Yeah, it's AEW, and it starts off with Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
If we don't get Okada versus some huge name,
Kenny Omega.
we've seen that though.
In Japan, we've seen it, but not down here.
Yeah. You know, like that mainstream match. that
Okada
would be-
versus Danielson, right there.
Hey,
Book it, Tony.
Yeah, that'd be.
Okada versus the big tall guy, Lance Hoyt.
They would have to seriously get behind Hoyt to make that match.
They'd have to start like a year ago.
Yeah,
That'd be a hell of a match.
it would be. But
Bryan Danielson versus Okada.
That would
Take
be-
my money.
Yes.
I'll buy that pay.
Book it, Tony Khan.
Or what's his name with the uppercut?
Claudio?
Castagnoli.
That'd be,
Okada versus Claudio would be fun.
that'd
Yeah.
be a good
Yeah.
one. That'd be okay. Take my money.
There's a lot of good matches they can do on this card.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this too.
Yeah.
Should be.
Yeah.
Hope,
Get everybody on this thing.
hopefully,
Yeah.
Yeah.
everybody stays healthy.
True that.
And hopefully, Daniel does get healthier. And let's be serious for a minute. Who knows? Maybe his neck's bothering him a little bit.
Oh, he's probably really banged up from that
Oh, I'm
match.
sure he's banged up from
and
like.
he needs to take.
Well, he does need time off, yeah, because he hasn't
Yeah.
done a 60-minute Ironman match in years.
Not even just a 60-minute Iron Man match with his body beat up as it is. Like his wrestling style is crazy.
Oh, yeah. He went back to his ROH days.
I can also see him going to Ring of Honor too, to like
Oh, yeah, he can go back.
possibly retire because he said he wants to retire like with his last match being in front of like 200 people.
Who did he have his first with? AJ? Him and AJ Styles?
I have no.
Yeah. I don't think it was.
Come on,
AJ.
historian. Who was it?
I'd have to look it up.
Look it up, please. And see, I'm being polite.
Yeah.
I want to say it was AJ.
I'm a wrestling nerd, but not that much of a nerd. I don't know. Like who's
Was it AJ? No, I'll tell you who it was.
If somebody in Shawn Michaels' school.
It was
Yeah.
it was he was tag team guy, ball-headed guy.
Oh yeah, that one guy.
In his 50s.
What?
In his 50s. He wrestled tag team with Frankie Kazarian.
Christopher Daniels.
Thank you. That's who it was. I believe it was Christopher Daniels. That's who he had his first match with.
In Ring of Honor or
Yeah.
in general?
Ring of Honor.
You thought you were.
I
I thought you were talking about his first
Yeah,
match
that's
ever.
what-
I was like, I don't know.
That's what I was looking up. First ever match.
Oh,
His real name is Brian Lloyd Danielson.
well, we got Bryan Danielson here. That's what we got.
Here, I said what his real name was.
We don't need Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see.
WWE starting their house shows, and they're starting to pull AEW talents off of like indie shows that are.
That's okay. That's good.
They've already pissed off John Moxley because I guess he was looking forward to this indie show he was going to do, but now he's got to go to a house show in Ohio.
Well, they're starting to do what WWE is like.
And now they're going on the road, and
It's like I was talking to him, and I said, I hope we get to see friend out here, maybe Thursday or something like that, or after SmackDown. But as the historian alluded to me, you like that?
I did, yeah.
Alluded to me.
Nice syllables.
That they have a house show up in Utah and one in
Denver.
So
Salt Lake on Saturday night, Sunday in
probably
Denver.
right after Friday or early Saturday morning, they're going to be out of here.
Yeah, early Saturday.
And I've sent a message asking if, I haven't heard anything back yet.
From who?
A friend of ours. Who
the friend?
Kay.
Who normally shows up on SmackDown with.
We're talking about AEW. You guys randomly just go places.
Yeah, I always. Well,
I don't take the same U-turns you guys do.
Man, I hit the brakes, buddy. Anyway, you know what? Hey, you know what I'm excited about finally?
Screw the AEW topic, yeah.
Scott D'Amore getting promoted. I have to say, since he has taken over Impact and Jimmy Jacobs and God, I'm going to get killed. I can't think of the other writer. I know Jimmy's a writer. Impact show's gotten a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely.
A lot better. And I can't think of the other writer, and I apologize.
Even like Josh Alexander has even said, like, they're still paying for the sins of the past, which they shouldn't be, because they're like bell to bell. They're like one of the better wrestling companies, honestly.
I'm glad to see Scott get the promotion. I think it's well deserved. I think I hope Impact keeps coming out here to Las Vegas on a regular basis, because and I've said this before and I'll say it again, the wrestling fans here in Las Vegas and the surrounding areas, I'm not going to use Nevada. But we understand wrestling.
We live here. We get to call this state whatever we want.
Aloha, Jennifer. Welcome to the chat.
Hey, good morning, Jen.
Then Brandy is crying about how we ignored or something from her.
What?
She just talking about, what about that promo Darby Allin cut on MJF? We talked about that promo. We talked about how those three idiots were burying the company. Are you not watching the show, Brandy? What the hell's wrong with you?
They all kind of like hit each other below the belt pretty hard.
Yeah, we talked about it.
The comments provided by the historian has no reflection on matter, the chief here, or WWDBTV studios. So
the only comment Matt does approve of is go to Albertsons and throw a turkey right down the aisle at Thomas.
Bowling.
And that is Matt approved.
All this move.
Taking the 10 pin out.
All
right. Anyway.
But yeah, Impact has gotten a lot better with Scott D'Amore in charge.
No, and I alluded to a comment earlier about Kenny Omega, and I think part of the problem with Impact some time ago is the leech that's hanging on to Kenny Omega, and I'll just leave that at that. Anyway, Mr. D'Amore, congratulations. Keep going and keep surprising us.
Scott D'Amore's got one mission in life right now.
Exactly.
Better TV deals.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Impact needs more eyes on it.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Get off of Access TV. Sorry, Brandy, you cannot call. I made sure the phones were not working this week.
Really?
He's come back after like 3 weeks and causes us hell.
So Mercedes Moné could be a free agent, huh?
Yeah, I guess like her contract for New Japan was it Stardom? It's not very long and only a couple of matches.
Yeah,
so
it's not long of a contract.
She could be WWE or AEW bound pretty soon.
I say if she's going anywhere, be AEW. She's not.
It doesn't seem like Hollywood's calling, so
Hollywood
she has to go back to wrestling at some point.
Maybe her uncle can help her out.
Maybe.
You
You
know?
got her in the door.
I'm sure he knows some people that know some people out.
Well,
in
I'm sure he
Hollywood
does.
Or something, you know, I'm just saying.
In the world of wrestling, Sasha Banks is a bigger name than Snoop Dogg.
Yes. Yes. So
I don't think she needs her uncle help anymore.
No.
Unless she wants to make a rap video, then,
Then she would need his help. Yeah.
then she got a connection.
Oh yeah, just a little bit of connection.
you know, it's just a shame, and we talk about careers and stuff, and her and Jimmy Uso's wife, they had
Trinity,
great, they had a great career.
Yeah.
Going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, going forward. You said, talking about stars. She got there, okay, but she didn't get there.
Sasha did, Naomi didn't.
Exactly. And I think if they'd have kept going, they could have been, in my opinion, one of the biggest box office draws. I would put them third. I would put Rock and Cena, and then the women, then Taker, then Roman Reigns.
You would put Naomi in the same category as The Rock and John Cena?
I said the women. Not Naomi by herself. The women.
You were literally just talking about their tag team and said
Exactly.
Cena, Rock, them.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Roman and somebody else. Like, what?
If they'd have kept going in WWE.
Maybe like top 20.
Are you? He's trying to get me fired up.
Rock, Cena, Naomi, really?
I have not gotten fired up all show, and I ain't going to. He's trying to fire me up.
We got 15 minutes.
Anyhow, no, we don't.
I'm gonna clip that. Rock, Cena,
yeah,
Naomi, Sasha.
No, I said women. I didn't say Naomi.
You were talking about that damn tag team for like a good minute.
Yeah, but I think they could have. I think they could have gotten there. Okay.
I think Naomi got caught in the crossfire of Sasha Banks's constant whining about something, and ended up walking out with her. And
how many professional wrestlers whine backstage?
Oh,
not just women,
but publicly, Sasha a lot.
Yeah. She got bad advice. She followed.
She ran off with her friend instead of going to, like, I don't know, her husband and be like, what should I do?
Go her cousin-in-law? Jesus. Could have went to somebody in that family and got better advice than listening to Sasha. Because now Sasha's on her own.
She could have gone to her father-in-law.
Yeah, she could have gone to anybody in the family.
She could have gone to Roman, the Usos, anybody.
Yeah, Rikishi, Alpha, Sika, anybody in the family. But she listened to Sasha. Now Sasha's making more money, doing her own thing, and Trinity's sitting at home, going to do WrestleCon.
Are we keeping you awake?
I just had I just had a thought.
It was a long day. Don't touch me.
Ray is getting inducted by Conan. I want to go back to this for a minute.
So now we're going back to Dominic, okay?
All right. This ain't about Dominic.
Another crazy YouTube.
Okay, this ain't about Dominic. But Ray is being inducted by Conan.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm scared to know where this is going.
I don't know where it's going.
I need a grown up.
John.
Why isn't Ray getting inducted by Mil Mascaras?
Because Ray wanted Conan.
Who is a Hall of Famer?
He went with Conan. His
I'm
best friend.
I'm just saying.
I couldn't answer that. I honestly don't know.
Because we were talking about Lucha.
Ray doesn't think like Chief. Who's the oldest person I can think of that could do this?
And can still do it.
But there's Mil travel is a thing.
Yeah,
knowing Mil Mascaras and the way like he's done business,
Yeah.
I'm sure he wanted money to go do literally anything.
Well, I'm sure Conan does.
That guy wakes up in the morning, give me $500.
I'm sure Conan does too. So
He just went with Conan. That's his best friend.
I'm just.
Conan's the one that Got him in the business.
Yeah, no, I know. But I'm just surprised that Mill's name wasn't. And sorry, John, I apologize. I'm surprised. I'm surprised Mill's name wasn't mentioned.
Why would it
because
be,
because of lucha wrestling.
Just because he's the oldest lucha wrestler alive doesn't mean Duck
No, he's not the oldest. So look your history up.
I mean,
anyway, folks.
They haven't even brought up his name. In
Folks,
the Santos
nobody
storyline.
cares about Mill Masters. Nobody.
Anyway, you know what time it is, folks?
What time is it?
It's time for birthdays.
Mill Masters is celebrating like 500
already.
Happy birthday to
Our happy birthday brought to you by Pocket Aces. If you're still celebrating your birthday between today and March 24th, happy birthday to everybody. Next Friday. Today, March 18th, the model Rick Martel, EC3, and Vanessa Bourne. March 19th, Rick McGraw, Jimmy Havoc, Matt Seidel, AJ Lee, Evan Bourne, Dick Slater, and Jim Corderas. March 20th, the man they call Sting, Homicide, Matt Taven, Travis Tyler, Sick Boy, and Casey James. March 21st, Chris Candido, Killer Kelly, and Conrad Tanner. March 22nd, B. Priestley, Bo Beverly, and Rihanna 5. March 23rd, Jesse, Lana, Medeja, Tenzon, Tyson Tomko, and Rihanna 3. And next Friday, March 24, D'Angelo De Niro, Jack Swagger, The Undertaker, Christopher Daniels, Barry Horowitz, Epico Cologne, Lacey Evans, and Gorgeous George. Happy birthday to everybody celebrating. And if you have a birthday that you like mention, drop it in the webpage, Thoughts Count, Facebook page, Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know, and we'll shout out anybody for you.
Except Ronald.
We'll tell you twice. It's fine.
You know, interesting thing. You mentioned a name on the birthday list by the name of the model, Rick Martel. Wonder why he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Probably he doesn't he doesn't even do anything really. You never see him do autograph signings. You don't see him do any personal appearances. He might have distanced himself from the business.
I'm just saying.
I know. It would be great to get
because he had a great storyline.
Yeah.
Okay. And two other guys, Dickie Slater and Sting.
Well, Sting's in the Hall of Fame.
But Dickie Slater, there's
not.
another one.
He should be in, definitely.
He had a good career. But then, as you brought up, why are they going into Hall of Fame if they don't wrestle for WWE?
Since Aaron's not here, Johnny Knoxville to the celebrity wing of the Hall of Fame.
Totally agree. I've been waiting for that.
I hope to God that happens.
Hey. We got to get a Johnny Knoxville figure.
Oh, it's already ordered. Ringsidecollectibles.com.
We got to do that. We've got to do that. Anyway, no, seriously, folks, we do get crazy up here sometimes, and
sometimes,
and people wonder if we really get mad at each other and everything, and yeah, we do.
Yeah. Is old school wrestling boring? Yeah. That's it. We can go off the air right now. I don't even care.
And we have it on.
The hell with pop culture. The hell with goodbye.
Yeah.
That's all I needed. That was the greatest thing. 180 episodes. And that was my favorite moment. Is old school wrestling boring? Yeah. He got it. He did it. That is amazing.
Anyway, pop culture.
Oh, my God.
Pop culture.
When I said the Raiders were trying to make me a fan, I was joking. I did not want this to actually happen. I will not put anything silver and black on my body.
You kind of damn.
They
shut your mouth.
They
Ronald is better.
They signed Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay. Now, this was such important news, folks. I didn't hear anything about it until I read it on the run sheet here today.
You know, turned on the TV in Las Vegas in like the last 2 days.
So that's how important it was to me. All right. But
he watches TV from like 1960, so if it's not on a MASH commercial, he doesn't know.
I think what the hell channel do I watch? It's got all the old shows.
The Turnstile
on it. All the old shows on it.
Like Turner Classic.
TV or something.
The good shows.
Turner Classic that you think are like first runs.
No. Turner. I would know Turner. Turner. Don't even bring his name up anymore. He buried his wrestling.
He watches Gone with the Wind and thinks it's like a new show.
Anyway, but then they signed Garoppolo, and the one thing I do know, they traded Darren Waller.
That was dumb.
To the New York Giants of all teams.
We do not love like Aaron and need like any kind of ammunition.
So don't put that on the run sheet, man. Just don't.
He can't stay healthy.
That way, if it's not on the run sheet.
I think Josh McDaniels was mad he didn't get in a Whiting invite.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
The guy just can't stay healthy. Anyway, that's why they got rid of him.
But no.
Not even then. Like if he was to stay healthy,
the
Raiders actually have like a good team this year.
They would have if he would, but they feel like he can't stay healthy and he doesn't fit with this offense anymore.
Here's the kicker. Who are they going to draft in the first round?
Defense.
Do you want me to tell you?
Who are they going to draft in the first round?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yes, tell me.
Who cares?
I've always said this. I don't like the Raiders, so I never want them to go like 0-16 or anything. I hate them so much that I want them to go like 8-8 every year.
You don't hate
them.
You don't hate them. You dislike them.
No, I hate them.
Oh, okay.
Because Raider fans are the freaking worst. But I want them to go 8-9 every year, so they never get in the playoffs and they never get a good draft pick. Mm-hmm. So they'll always be the same mediocre team,
right in the middle,
right dead in the middle that can't do anything. Mm-hmm. But now they, goddamn it, got Jimmy Garoppolo, and I want him to win. I don't like saying this out loud, but
we got that on tape.
We've got this on tape, right? Okay,
go Raiders. I want Jimmy Garoppolo to do a signing in Vegas now.
We got it on tape.
So I can get all my 49ers shit signed. I've been wanting that dude on my mini helmet forever. If he does a signing anywhere, I'm going.
I got to tell you something. The show we did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I got Willie Goff to sign the mini helmet.
Hopefully it's a Bears one.
I'm gonna tell you something. What a signature. I mean, it's handwritten and you can read it. Outstanding. Thank you, Willie. Graduate of the University of Tennessee. I appreciate that. Signing my helmet. And
speaking of the Volunteers, they have a big game today against Duke.
Yeah, God. We got to beat Duke.
Speaking of like all the have you guys been keeping up with the March Madness?
Unfortunately, our Lady Rebels lost yesterday to Michigan. Great season, though.
They had a great season.
Great season, Mountain West champs. And hey.
With the upset yesterday of Purdue losing, they came out. There was 20 million people put in their brackets.
Oh, yeah.
There were 0 left that have a perfect one.
Oh, yeah, no.
None.
No one.
There's been too many like weird upsets that not one person has a correct bracket.
Everybody's done.
Nobody really predicts a 16-1.
0 of 20 million people.
That was only the second time ever that the number one has lost to a 16 seed. So
Penny Hardaway's team lost. Throw like his water bottle like over the thing.
Oh, that was terrible defense. They played that one.
Well, no. The question is what's going to happen to Penny Hardaway now, being that he did throw the water bottle and it was on TV, because he's had issues at Memphis before.
Yeah.
No,
so
they're not going to
it was just a water bottle.
They're not going to get. They're not going to do anything.
John's holding the sign up, says 1 minute. So, folks.
I think that says 1 o'clock to me.
Yeah, that looks like 1 o'clock. Yeah, not 1 minute.
Oh,
It is 1 o'clock.
So, folks,
what's your final thoughts?
It's been great today. I've enjoyed it. Go Johnny Knoxville. Everybody have a great week. Hey, and don't forget, school starting Monday will be back in session. So please slow down going through the school zones. I love y'all. I will see you next week. Chief over and out.
Everybody be safe. Take care of each other. Don't do anything stupid.
Hope everybody has a good week. Do lots of stupid stuff so I have stories next week. Come down to Fremont Street so I can watch.
Yeah.
And
maybe intervene depending on what
do
you
it at
do.
the Heart Attack Grill.
And whoever goes to Albertsons,
throw peas at Thomas.
Or frozen
ones.
turkeys.
But everybody have a good week. Stay hydrated. It's starting to get a little warm out there.
Aaron.
I've had to call too many ambulances. Aaron, hope you're having a great trip.
Yes.
See you next week.
Yes. Hope you're having a great time, and hope you did well with your snorkeling and the water wasn't too cold.
And on behalf of Aaron, be kind to everybody. Why? Because that's all we got.